Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi guys. Hello everybody. I hope all of y'all are doing absolutely well and enjoying your time. And that was the submission process that we have just played. And you all know that we are playing that video so that you don't get stuck at any point while making your submissions. So don't worry in case you have joined in late and missed on to that process, because the same would be repeated towards the end of this class. All right. So I see some new faces on the screen. So maybe this time I have many people attending this class. So I welcome all the new faces and the existing ones as well to the class 2 of our course. And I'm Niharika and I'm going to be conducting this whole course, which would be comprising of 4 classes. We are already done with one class in the previous week. This one is class 2 of our word illustration. And I hope that you enjoyed the previous class and had lots of learning in the previous class. This class is going to provide you an opportunity to take your learnings a step ahead. Because as I said in the previous class, there's a lot more learning into this whole world of word illustration. So this time I'm going to introduce you all to yet another technique of making a beautiful word illustration. So I hope all of you all are ready to get started, but I cannot see few of them ready to get started. Come on, give me a big, beautiful smile and give me a big thumbs up in the chat section. Come on, quickly give me a big smile. I'm watching all of you all on the screen. So I want you all to give me a big, beautiful smile to get started, because it's always good to get started with a nice, bright smile. And lastly, I need a thumbs up from each one of you that you guys are ready for the class with all the art materials. And then we're just going to get started with our class. All right, so quickly, giving you 10 seconds. I want all of them giving me a big, beautiful smile, and all of you all giving me a thumbs up in the chat section. Don't worry about the art materials, because you all know how much I explain the art materials in detail and give you the substitutes. So don't worry about that. Just before we get started, I need thumbs up coming in and a big smile from all of you. Come on, quickly. Yes, I see Sneha smiling. I see Sahil smiling. Pratik is giving a big smile, and we have Yashvi giving a smile. Janvi giving a big, beautiful smile. Yes, that's the spirit. Come on, thumbs up coming in as well. So, just before we get started, as I said, we have new faces in this class. So I'm going to quickly brief you all about what word illustration is and what are we actually going to do in this whole course. So word illustration is nothing but the art of, drawing a letter or a word in a way that the literal meaning of that word is reflected from that illustration. For example, in our previous class, we had illustrated the word grow, and we literally demonstrated the meaning of that word. We demonstrated the meaning of that word with our illustration. So we connected the meaning with the illustration and made up a illustration which is called as a word illustration. This class is also going to be about word illustration itself. In fact, the whole course is going to be about word illustration itself. But there are so many techniques about creating a word illustration that with every new class, there's going to be something new that you're going to learn about word illustration. Okay, so as I said, word illustration is nothing but the art or a way in which you create an illustration of a word in which it reflects the true meaning of the word. Okay, so in case that doesn't make any sense to you up till now, don't worry, because as and when we get started with the activity for today, the class for today, you'll get a better understanding about it. So I see a lot many thumbs it's already coming in. Thank you so much for such an amazing response. And I'm going to quickly share the screen now and we will just get started. Give me a moment. I'm sharing the screen. All right. So I hope all of y'all are able to see the screen. And don't worry about the art materials, because before we just get started with the activity, I'm going to quickly give you the list of art materials. We already provide the list of art materials on the website in the details. But in case you have missed onto it, don't worry, because we really need some basic art materials. We don't need anything which is professional or something, just some basic art materials. So let us all get started and dive into new learnings of our word illustration. All right, so let us just get started with the art materials first. Awesome. So first, we need this A5 size of white drawing paper. This is an A5 size of white drawing paper. In case you have an A4 size, you can just cut it into half and you'll have an A5 size of white sheet. In case you're not having white sheet, you can also use any other colored sheet that is available at your place. In case you're not having a colored sheet as well, I'm sure you must be having a notebook. So just go grab a sheet from your notebook and you can use that as well. All right, so that is the first art material, the base material, that is something to draw upon. So that's the first material. I've also given you a good amount of substitutes for it. I don't want anybody to leave this class just on the basis that you don't have a particular art material. Okay, so quickly get some substitute. If you don't have this white drawing sheet, you can also use a sheet from your notebook. Okay, so let's move to the second art material now. The second that we need is a pencil. A regular drawing pencil, a regular HB pencil, just something which is available at your place, because the pencil would be used to create a rough sketch. Okay, so pencil is essential. Make sure that it is well sharpened if possible. And that's the second art material. Third, we need these sketch pens. So I have these colorful sketch pens with me. In case you're not having these sketch pens, you can also use crayons, you can also use oil pastels, you can also use paint. In case you're not having these, you can also use any mode of coloring, any medium for coloring. But you have sketch pens, you can get those. You can also use brush pens if those are available. Those are pretty similar to sketch pens only. Just the fact that it has a flexible nib. But sketch pens would work, colors would work, crayons would work, paints would work, oil pastels, color pencils, any medium with which you can color would be fine. And also for the fact of the sketch pens, you need not have too many of these shades. Then in fact, I'm going to just use 3 of these shades, which I'll share in a moment. But that's the sketch pens. That's all that you need to just get started with our learnings about the word illustration. So first, let us get started with the rough sketch. So I'm going to grab this pencil, and first and foremost, all of yours are going to hold your sheet in a landscape mode. Make sure that your sheet is in a landscape mode, because the illustration would fit well in a landscape mode. Landscape mode is nothing but the horizontal manner or the sleeping manner, if you could call it as. But this is the landscape mode. Make sure your sheet is in the landscape mode, and it would be easy for you to draw in the landscape mode, since the illustration would fit well in this particular mode of paper. So first and foremost, just rotate your sheet to the landscape mode. All right. So once done, let's get started with the illustration now. Awesome. So I'm going to just quickly draw 2 of these oval shapes. So carefully observe at what area of the sheet I'm drawing these ovals. Okay, so that's the first oval, and just next to it, I'm going to draw another oval shape. So just next to it, with a little bit of gap, I'm drawing another oval. Okay, once done, I'm going to quickly repeat this for you all, because this was the first time that we are creating these 2 ovals on the sheet. So quickly repeating it for you all. You all can also find out the area in which I'm drawing. I'm trying to locating these 2 ovals roughly at the center area of the sheet. So also make sure that you are also locating the 2 ovals in this area of the sheet as well. Okay. So make sure that you are drawing it well at place. Quickly repeating it for you all. Just 2 regular oval shapes roughly at the central area of the sheet. All right. That's the first oval, and just next to it, you need not leave too much of gap there, but just a little bit. All right. And that's the next oval that we have drawn. Awesome. So I hope all of you all have created these 2 oval shapes over here next to each other. Now, just above it, we are going to draw these 2 curves. These are the 2 curves. Yes, if you're getting it, these are the eyes that we are drawing. These are the eyebrows that we have drawn. So make sure that you have given these pair of eyebrows just above the oval shape. Quickly repeating it for you all again. So make sure that you are having your eyes on the screen if you have missed it. So just 2 of these curves, and you have a eyebrow in front of you. All right, awesome. So this is the eyebrows in the picture, and now just inside these 2 oval shapes, I'm going to draw these 2 tiny oval shapes. But make sure that you're drawing these ovals a little. You're drawing these ovals a little. You're drawing these ovals a little towards the right side for the right oval, and for the next oval, you're drawing it on the other corner. So carefully observe this particular process. Just give me a moment. All right. So carefully observe at this area where I'm creating these oval shapes. So the outer oval, and inside it, I'm going to create another oval shape. So quickly repeating it for you. So the first oval, I've created an oval at this area. I've created an oval at this area. And now for the next one, I'm going to create it at the other edge of it. All right. So I hope this was clear for you. Now, inside this second oval shape, we are going to create these two tiny circles. So it's all the game of focusing on the area where I'm drawing it. So make sure that just for the first time, you're observing it carefully and then you're drawing it for yourself. All right. So that was the oval, and just inside the second oval, I'm creating a tiny circle. So carefully observe where I'm locating this tiny circle. It's towards the left edge of the second oval shape. So this was the first tiny circle I've created over here. Let's move to the other side now. And for the other side, I'm creating a tiny circle on the opposite side. So just in the similar way, we are creating the tiny circle in the opposite direction. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you. And now we are going to just surround it with yet another oval shape. All right. If you could observe this, I'm not overlapping this tiny circle over here. I'm just surrounding it with an oval over here, just next to it. Same on the opposite side as well. Just repeating it for you all. Make sure that you have your eyes on the screen in case you have missed it. So that's the first oval, and now that's the second one. All right. So we are just done with the eyebrows, the eyes. We have also created these eyeballs. And now let's quickly go ahead, add a tiny nose over here. So that's a tiny nose. And now let's add a big, beautiful smile, just the way all of you all gave me that smile at the beginning of the class. Okay, so I've just added a nose with a slight curve and finally gave a big, beautiful smile, just like all of you all gave me at the beginning of this class, right over here. Okay, so quickly repeating the smileys for you in case you missed it. So we again draw a curve over here and then just these two side lines. Okay, awesome. So what do you think this looks like to you? So this looks like an eye and a face typically to you, but what do you think is the highlight of this area? What do you find to be the largest of it? Do you find the eyeballs to be the largest? Do you find the eyebrows to be the largest? Which part of this face do you find the largest in this particular illustration? Come on, quickly write your answers in the chat section. Tell me about what area, what particular thing do you find to be the most largest in this particular illustration, in this particular rough sketch, predominantly what we have drawn. So what is the largest that you find? Yes. So I see a lot of you are telling me the eyes are the largest, they're occupying the largest area. So come on, next question that I have for all of you all is, what do we use our eyes for? What do we use our eyes for? How do we use our eyes? What do we do with them? Come on, this is a very basic question, but I want all of you all to type in your answers, because the answers of this question would be the key concept about the word illustration we are learning in this class. So quickly give me the answer for what do we use our eyes for? Yes, to see, to look, to watch. Yes, that's correct. So we are illustrating the word look in this class. So that's the correct guess. And let's allow me to quickly complete the rough sketch, and then I'll brief you about the technique that we actually use. You're not even aware that we have already used the technique for creating an illustration, but just to make it more evident, I'll discuss the whole technique in a while. But let's just first complete the rough sketch and then move on to the colors, because all of us are waiting to add in some colors to this, isn't it? All right. So just next to it, you might find the two gaps available. The two areas of the sheet are still white, and that's the reason we have left some space at the edges, because we are going to add something over there. So I'm just going to quickly add the alphabet L, just regular capital alphabet L, and I'm going to give it a double outline as far as possible. So this might be pretty easy up till now. So I'm not going to repeat it for you all, but just next to the I, the first I, I'm going to write the alphabet L in a jumbo way, in a double outlined way, in bold, and also in capital. And next to the second I, I'm going to write the alphabet K. Okay, so that's K that I've written over here. That's alphabet K just next to the second I. Awesome. So what does this look like to you now? Doesn't it look like the word look already? Just like the two eyes over here are symbolizing the word, the alphabet O. Yes, so that's the reason I actually asked the question about what do we use our eyes for. And that's how we created these eyes symbolizing the alphabet O. So we have just done, we have just completed with the rough sketch. Let's quickly go ahead and add colors to this rough sketch, and then we'll see what do we have more for our learning. So first and foremost, I'm taking this light blue sketch pen over here. I'm going to start by the eyes. So just for the outer oval, the first oval shape that we have drawn, I'm going to give an outline first. In case you're using crayons, you can go ahead and take a light blue shade and do the same as well. So I've given the outline to the first and the second ovals, and now I'm going to fill in colors, fill the color, the light blue shade into this space. If you don't have a shade of blue, you can simply use black. You can either use a combination of yellow and orange if you want. So any choice of colors would be fine, but just make sure that whatever color you're giving to the eye or the first eyeball, you need to give the same color to the next as well, because otherwise it will make no sense. So make sure that whatever colors you're using the same shade in the next eyeball as well. So I'm just adding color to the first one here, and I'm going ahead with a light blue shade. You can carry out the same procedure with the paints, with the colors, with the color pencils, whatever you're using. Don't worry if you don't have the exact materials, that's totally fine. Awesome. So I'm just done with this eyeball, the outer one. Let's do the same thing on the other side as well. So first giving an outline to the inner oval shape, and finally to the outer oval shape as well. So since all of you all gave me a big beautiful smile at the beginning of this class, I thought let's create a beautiful smile over here as well. So look at the smiling cute face that we have created, and we ended up just making a beautiful word illustration as well. Yes. Awesome. So I hope all of you all are also coloring with me. You're also adding the pop of colors to the rough sketch. All right. Awesome. So I see few of you all showing me your artworks up till now. And yeah. Okay, there we go. You all can show me your artworks once they are reaching at least 50% of adding colors, because there's a little more left, and then I can tell you all about what your illustration looks like. Okay, so till the time, let's continue adding color. So earlier I used a light blue shade, and now I'm moving to a dark blue shade. So carefully observe this process again. Make sure that you are carefully observing the area at which I'm adding the color. All right. So this time it's just the second oval where I'm adding this colors. I'm not even adding the dark blue shade inside the tiny circle that we have created. Make sure that you're carefully observing it while coloring. So just between the second and the last oval, we are going to add this dark blue shade. Make sure that you're not adding color to the tiny circle that we have created because we need to leave that blank. Okay. Similarly, on the opposite side as well, I'm doing the exact same on the opposite side. All right, awesome. So I hope all of y'all are enjoying adding colors to this illustration and making it more lively by adding the colors. Yes. This done with a dark blue. And now finally, in the last oval shape. Listen to me carefully. I'm saying the last oval shape. You're not going to add color to the tiny circle here. Just the tiny oval shape. And here we go. So that tiny circle shape that we have created is just like a reflection of the eyeballs. And that's the reason we are keeping it white and blank. In case you want, you can also give an outline to all the ovals with the black, just like I'm doing it here. Just an outline with the black. Awesome. So let's give an outline to the outer oval as well. All right, there we go. Just going to add this outline to make it look a little neater. In case you're not having a black sketch pen, you can also use a crayon. You can use a combination of sketch pens and crayons as well if you don't have a particular shade. All right. So that's the 3 shades that is just required for this class. The only 3 shades that we have used. Going to go ahead and add the outlines to the nose, the smile, and the eyebrows as well. All right. So just overdrawing these. I'm just overdrawing these with the black sketch pen, just like we normally do. All right, there we go. And finally, to the eyebrows as well. First, I'm going to add this outline, and just inside this eyebrow, I'm going to add this black color. I'm coloring it with the sketch pen itself. I find sketch pens to be the most amazing for coloring because the pointed edge is able to reach at the nooks and corners that we create in our illustration. In case of crayons, the crayons are sometimes so jumbo that we just can't reach to the corners of our illustration, and we just end up adding color to the sheet as well. So I love adding colors with the sketch pens itself. I'm going to go ahead and quickly give an outline and fill color into the 2 alphabets that we have drawn. We have created 4 alphabets over here, that's right, but it's actually only the 2 alphabets that we have created. So the other 2, we just created a pair of eyes and they ended up looking like O. Yes. So let's quickly add color to this alphabet L over here, and then we'll do the same thing for the alphabet K as well. All right, awesome. Okay. Just gonna add this black right till the end of the alphabet over here. Make sure you're coloring it nicely, not leaving any white gaps over here. And similarly on the alphabet K as well. Okay, so just the same thing. So give an outline with a black sketch pen, and then you're going to add the color, the same black color inside the outline area. So we just have our illustration getting ready over here. Yes, so are you liking it by now? What do you think about it? Oh, awesome. I see few of you all already done with the illustration. Let's see how is Yash doing. Wow, that's beautiful. Yash has created a beautiful illustration. Even Parth has done it beautifully and neatly. Sunidhi is doing as well. So that's beautiful, Sunidhi. Keep up the good work. Awesome. So majorly, all of you all are doing absolutely well. I have a good, talented bunch of kids in this class, and they are also very quick and very neat. They are quick, but they are neat. We need not be quick to just end up the illustration in any way, but we also need to be absolutely neat while coloring and creating the rough sketch as well. Awesome. So I'm just done with this illustration and the word that we had for today. Let me quickly brief you about it. The word that we had for today was look. It is spelled as L-O-O-K, look. And as you all said, we use our eyes for looking, to see. So that's how we catch this fundamental technique in word illustration, where we use something that is associated with that word. For look, the word that we find or the meaning that we used was, what do we use our eyes for? We use our eyes to see, to look, to watch. And that's how we connected these two things and fused it together to make this illustration. And this was yet another technique that is being introduced to you all through this class. And look how simple, yet beautiful, yet meaningful is this illustration. So I hope all of you all enjoyed this class with me, and I had super duper fun sharing this technique with you all and giving you this fundamental technique of creating a word illustration in a different way. So just like this class was different from the previous class in terms of the techniques that we learned, also in terms of the medium that we used, the next class is also going to be a step ahead for you all. So if you want to level up your game, if you want to give some more, if you want to learn some more advanced techniques of word illustration, the next class is something that you should not be missing, because there's going to be something really, really exciting, yet something very fundamental in the world of word illustration. So I hope all of you all enjoyed this class, enjoyed making the illustration with me, and I hope to see all of you all in the next class. Make sure that you're inviting your friends in the next class as well. If you love this class, make sure that you're making your submissions in this class, for this class as well. And I'm going to see you in the next class. Till then, please stay safe, take care, enjoy all the hobby classes on Uolo, and keep making your submissions. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share Copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your